So there was this incident that Canadian filmmaker who wore indigenous attire, shoes to the Cannes Film Festival was refused, and it was an unfortunate incident because it's about diversity, it's about cultural, respect to everyone, and if somebody comes to the film festival in a particular attire, I think the organizers should respect his or her decision to do that, because let's face it, nobody is ignorant enough that the so-called typical attire to attend the Cannes festival is a black tie and dresses and high heels and so on, and it's inconceivable that someone would come to the festival not knowing these cultural traditions. Everybody knows that. So if somebody makes a conscious decision to come to the festival in a certain attire, the organizers should respect that. In this particular case, that particular footwear was indigenous cultural tradition. And in that respect, the Cannes Film Festival organizers made a really huge mistake in refusing the entry of that individual. But that is not the point. I mean, if even in the case that somebody comes to the Cannes Film Festival, not in terms of some traditional local cultures, but on the strength of some personal decisions, some personal feelings, that should be respected too, because it's about personal, choice of attire to the Cannes Festival, and that the individual has made that decision. That's all. And knowing perfectly well what the regulations and what the typical requirements would be. So that is actually the true sense of nagomi. Nagomi is this Japanese philosophy where you respect somebody's individuality, and you try to establish a harmony between that individual trait and society in general. I think the kind of film festival should be operated on the principle of nagomi rather than, as a really mechanical application of certain cultural presuppositions. I think there was a really wonderful incident in the British royal family where somebody made a mistake at the dinner table, and that mistake was repeated by the monarch. Don't remember if it was a queen or prince or whatever. So that guest would not be embarrassed. I think that's a really wonderful spirit of nagomi. So it's something to think about.